Hello and welcome. This is Cheryl. Thank you so much for joining me today. In this video, I'm sharing day 22 of the Spellbinders Crafty Advent Calendar for 2025. Every day for the first 24 days of December, I'm opening up one of the windows of this calendar, showing you what's inside and then creating something with it. So we're already on day 2. I can't believe we're almost done. So today's item is a cute stencil set, and I don't know about you, but the very first thing that came to my mind when I saw this stencil set was those tie-dyed shirts. So I thought it would be fun to create a fun background that looked a little bit like tie-dye, and then I'm going to be using a couple die sets from previous days to finish off my card. So I have a piece of hammermill cardstock. This is 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. I will trim it down once I'm done stenciling my image. This stencil is obviously smaller than my piece of cardstock there, so I'm using some painter's tape. I did put the painter's tape on my pants a couple times to take some of that excess sticky off of it. I wanted to hold that stencil down, but I don't want to rip up the paper when I take it off of there. Now, full disclosure, I didn't press that tape down on the stencil, so you'll see right away that stencil moves on me. We're not going to waste this piece of cardstock. It's going to be used for my mat later. So nothing is really lost there other than learning to remember to push that tape down onto the stencil, which obviously I do this time. For the size of the stencil, I'm just using some scrap paper to mask that off. I'm pretty sure I can stay within the stencil lines, but it's always nice to have that extra bit of assurance knowing that the rest of the cardstock is blocked. So I thought it would be fun to use some interference ink pads for these, and I use these often in my creating because I just love the shimmery look that they have. These are like magic pads. They have a completely different look on black or dark cardstock than they do on white or light. I'm not playing with those properties today. I'm just using them on white cardstock. So we're going to get some beautiful color with some gorgeous shimmer. So that first one that I used was Pink Champagne. So it's a nice bright pink, but when you tilt in the light, it has a little bit of a green shimmer. And if I were to put it on black cardstock, you would see the green. You wouldn't see the pink. Next color I'm using here is Opal Blush. So on the white cardstock here, we're seeing the blue, and when you tilt it in the light, you get a bit of a pink shimmer to it. And just like the one before, if I were to use this pad on black cardstock, you would see pink, you wouldn't see the blue. So that's why, to me, they're like magic pads. It's almost like 2 pads in one. They're just so much fun to play with and create with. So the next color I'm going to be using, and there's 3 different layers in this stencil set. Next one I'm going to be using is Lavender Fields. Now you can see I'm playing around with the stencil here. I must have shifted it when I was looking at the stencils. There is an engraved number at the bottom right corner of each stencil telling you which order they're intended to go in, but you can go in whatever order you want. It also lets you know which the right way of the stencil. I actually didn't even realize until putting this one down that if you shifted it a quarter turn that it would be off. But all is not lost. It was a good lesson. So the next color here I'm using is Lavender Field. So we're going to see that beautiful purple, but when we tilt into the light, it's going to have some beautiful green to it. So this is my stenciled background, super simple. And I think it would be a fun background to do that stencil multiple times as well to cover the whole background. But for the look I'm going for, I just want that kind of background tie-dyed piece to go behind my die cuts here. So I'm using a die from day 16 as well as a die from day 14. This little banner die had a sentiment in it that said good vibes, and I thought that went perfectly with the tie-dyed look. I have that sentiment die cut out of white cardstock, and then I have the shadow for it, or the background part to it, die cut out of black, so my letters are going to show up nicely. And then I'm using the little worm die or snake die from one of the other days. And you can see that I'm ink blending them with all of the different colors to give them a little bit of a tie-dyed look. I added in some Summer Garden, which is that green color. I needed a different color to show up off of that tie-dyed background. I didn't want it to totally blend in, so that green is gonna just give it a little bit of a different color to it. So first off, I glued the banner to that background. I put an acrylic block on there to hold it down nice and flat. That way, might frees up my hands to work on other things, and that holds everything, make sure everything has good contact. These dies are always nice and simple and easy to put together, but if you need help, there's always that picture right inside the door. Once I'm done doing all of my videos for the 24 days, I'll show you how I tend to store these dies. I keep that background so I can tell exactly what the intended image is supposed to be. So off screen, I trimmed these down and I inked my mat with that Summer Garden interference pad just by rubbing that pad around the outside of it. So that mat was trimmed to 4 inches by 5¼ inches. My image piece here was trimmed to 3¾ inches by 5 inches. I'm going to put that banner on top and it curves just perfectly right over top of that little tie-dyed piece of the background. And then I'm going to add my little worm snaky guy. So I always love adding extra dimension and texture to my die cut pieces. So I'm going to use some glossy accents to give them some nice glossy domed eyes. I'm fairly generous with that glossy accent, so I do need to wait a little while for that to completely dry. And then because we have that black behind the sentiment as well as the pupils of the eyes, I grabbed the black Posca marker just to put the stripe detail. It's already indented into the die cut, but I just thought it would be nice highlighted. It just ties everything together. I wasn't going to put the little cheeks on the snake because I didn't think it was necessary, but because there's that pink in the background and the pink all over him, I just thought, why not put some of that pink champagne interference ink onto some scrap paper and then do those cheeks, and that way they're going to coordinate beautifully as well. So I quickly did those, die cut them, used my jewel picker in order to put those in place. It makes it really, really easy to put those teeny tiny die cuts in place. Otherwise, I'd get glue all over my hands. Let that completely dry. Let it dry for about a half an hour just to make sure that it wasn't going to move or run on me when I tilted it. And then we have this adorable card that says good vibes on it. I absolutely love it. I think it's just so fun and colorful. Thank you so much for joining me today for day 22. I will be back tomorrow and we'll find out what is in day 23. I'll see you then.